What do I need to note for demand and supply questions centered on the market for labor? Yes, we have to be very careful because if the question is about the labor market, we need to note that the demand factors, supply factors, PED and PED and PES factors are different from the usual ones, okay? Usual ones, I'm referring to demand factors like a change in taste and preference, a change in income, and supply things like technology, abnormal conditions, or even PED factors like addiction, proportion of income. These factors do not apply to the market for labor. So the labor market being a service market and a factor market is quite unique. When I think of demand factors, I'm thinking mainly of two or three of them, right? The first one is a derived demand concept. So if the output of the final good or service that labor produces goes up, if let's say the output for steel goes up, derived demand for steel workers rises. So the first factor for demand is derived demand. Second factor is more of productivity or labor. If labor becomes more productive, maybe because skills have been upgraded, demand for labor rises. The third one, you could think of it as assuming productivity of labor and machines or capital are the same. And if capital becomes cheaper, demand for labor drops. So this is a little bit like price of related goods, okay? For supply factors, I'm thinking mostly demographics, whether the country has a shrinking birth rate. Aside from demographics, labor market policies, whether the country is open to foreign labor, whether you have flexible work arrangements, so maybe mothers can rejoin the workforce, and your retirement age as well. Okay, so these factors affect supply of labor. Now, PED for labor is mostly determined by whether it is substitutable with capital. PES for labor is about factor mobility, skill mobility, how many years of training you need. Okay, so just take note of these factors, and I believe when it comes to DDSS questions like impact of events on market for labor, you should do quite well. But do use my ABC 332 structure. It's in my micro console notes. You can find it on my website. Okay,